What's going on? It's the King J, with a beginner guide for Miary Zo. Yeah, I say Miary Zo. People say Miary Zo. I don't know, but that's the name. I wrote some notes on my phone because I wanted to do this in a structured order for you. So here goes. First things first, her stance is Miary Zo, so that's forward 3. And you get a bunch of moves that come out of that stance. Pretty quick. She slides on the floor like that, and she's kind of crouching. And then our other one is 3+4, which is called BAO Mihara, right? So her staff appears, and she's there, right? Now, let's talk about Miary Zo, which we're gonna say is MOR, M-O-R, right? So this stance could be cancelled by pressing down back, like this, right? So you do press forward 3 and press down back, and it cancels it. So there's that. You also have her heat engager, which is a mid and a high, which is 1-2. This move is very good. It's a mid and a high, but not only that, it's hit confirmable as well. So look. Like, look how slow I'm inputting it. So if I did it like this, that's how it comes out quick. There we go. And as you can tell, you can get a combo from it, right? If you're in heat and you do the heat dash. So there's that. You also have 3-1. No, sorry, I'm going a bit ahead. That's key moves. You have 4-3. Sorry, hold on. So my alarm is going off as well. 4-3. Now this move here is a low high. Now, as you can see, I've got it on standing block. So that means it's a natural combo. If you block the first hit, let's say crouching or crouch block. Whoops. Still doesn't matter, it's still a natural combo. If you crouch block it, the second hit is gonna whiff. So yeah. This move is cool if you want to kind of like start your offense and stuff like that as well, and you want to start off with a low, then fair enough. Then you also have 1+2, which knocks down and allows you to go into a second stance. And then you could do 2 when you're in her BAO stance. You also have her elbow, which is 2. This is counter hit launcher. It's also safe as well on hit, so as you can see, which I think is pretty sick. So now, so it does instant tornado into whatever you want to do in terms of combo. I'm not here to show you no combos. I'm here to get you started with the character. So then you also have Power Crush, which is 3. But be careful, this move is punchable. As you may know, the whole thing about Tekken is most mid, well, I think all mids in Power Crush are like -12 and -13. That's like kind of like the general rule. So this is like -13. And then you also have, like I was saying about this move is +6 on block, right? +6. And then you also have up 1+2. So this move, I'd say this is mainly for combos. It's like +2. Not really. I don't think this is a move that you'll probably be using much. Yeah, counter hit. Yeah, it's mainly for combos, if I'll be honest. And then you can also go into BAO stance by just doing this, which is 3+4. So I guess now that we're speaking about her next stance, let's talk about it. So the next stance is BAO Mihara 3+4. That's how you get into it, 3+4, right? You've got 3, which is a homing heat engager. And this move is safe on block. Yep, -9. And push back and chip. So I think this move is probably like one of the key moves you're gonna want to use. You also have 4, which is a low mid. I'd say this is like a hell sweep, but the range is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. So like around here, so you don't even need a clean hit or nothing like that. But as you know, that move is pretty unsafe. So let's show you. So this is minus 24. Yeah, really unsafe. Then you also have a move which I would like to consider is like a poke. I would say when you're in this, it's like you could just literally just do this. Right? And you're +9. But this is a high, so you can duck this and then block the second hit, or duck and then side route the second hit. But this move is safe on block. So I done crouch block on that one. There we go. But it does chip damage. So I think this move is good, in my opinion. I think this move is pretty good. And then you also have 2, which is a big launcher. But this has so much range. You know, so you could probably space it out in a way that people might not be able to punish you. It might be just like to catch people coming in. Look at the range of that. Like, I don't think people are going to be able to punish unless you like proper like space it out. But yeah, this move is like minus 18. But this is like literally an instant launcher. So you get like a combo. So yeah. Then you have up forward where she can go to, she can keep doing it. Or you could just do up. I just do up. She can't go backwards. She can only go forwards like this, right? And then you could go forward into the Miary stance, right? And then moves that transition into it. You got 4-4, and you have running 3. So if you wanted to transition into it like that, you can do that. And then also she has a move where she can. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, it's not what I want to do. I want to try and get to the wall, but it's not allowing me to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it manually this way. So restart, wall. Okay. Can we swap? Player direction. Switch positions, yeah. So like, she can jump off the wall by pressing back 3+4, right? So if she's close to the wall, she does this. But if she's like a certain distance like this, she goes to the wall like that. And then she does this kick that does 45 damage. Like, this is pretty crazy. I think it's a lot of damage personally. So, and it's plus. You can, depending on range, you can make it even more plus. But it all depends on where they are on the stage. So look, that's +8. So it all depends on where they are on the stage. You can actually even make it +10. Because it's actually, hold on, let me show you. Let me say around here. So this +12, I don't know if it will reach from here. No, I think that's too far. But I'm not here to spend that time to show you like that. I'll just even just make I'll try and do it from here. So as you can see, +6. Add another 4 frames onto that. That would make it 10. That'll make it +10, right? So, yeah. Also as well, she can jump off of the wall if someone opponent throw breaks, you can put them into a mix-up. Now, we're going to get the opponent to throw break on purpose. There we go. So look, if you throw break, and then she can do that, and then you're plus. So yeah, you can get out of the wall pretty convincingly with this character. Just throw. And then there we go, you know? So yeah, this is interesting. When she's in heat, by the way, she can actually create her own wall. So, sorry, let me do that again. So, look, she creates her own wall. But she can't do that unless she's in heat. So that's interesting, unique. I've never really seen a character have that before. So I think that's cool. We're now going to move on to her key moves. Let's get into it. So she has 3-1, which is mid, -10, but you've got this where you can let it go, right? And if you let it go, it will knock down. Let me just show you better than I say. So if, okay, that's what it will do. And then on counter hit, same thing. It doesn't matter, right? So it's kind of like a little mix up. You can just do 3 like this. You can probably use it as a poking, but again, it's -9. I don't know if you're gonna just wanna like give up your turn. What, you know, in Tekken, if it's -9, that means you give up your turn, man. And you can't step as well if they press jab or stuff like that. So back 2-3 is another one, homing high. Now the thing with this move, which is quite interesting, this gels. This gels. So you could then mix up by holding forward as well. I think that's pretty cool. Just kind of like a move that you want to throw out in the open. Down 3 is an annoying low, but you cannot low parry this. So you would have to block and punish. So if we get Miary Zo to do it. Yeah, I can't low parry. I'm trying to low parry. So there, this low is going to be annoying. You have to block, right? Then you have 1+2, which is a heat engager, which is safe. This move is safe. I'm trying to explain to you this move is very annoying, but you give up your turn on -9. You know this already, right? So I'm going to be honest with you. I would throw this move out. -9, oh, wow. Okay. So then you got back 4, which is a low crush move. I would say use this as a round ender. Like, what, -2 on block. Low crush. I would use this. You got up 1+2. This move is +4 on block, and it's, you know, it's got that block stun, and it's got chip damage as well. Now, if I land this, follow up is guaranteed. This is not even on counter. This is just on normal, right? Obviously, this move is linear, but still, I think this is pretty sick. Then you have moves like 4-4-2, 4-4-2-1. No, sorry, 4-4-2-1. No, 4-4-2-2, sorry. There we go. Which is mid-mid. Now, if I get it to block, -9. -9. And even though I've got to set the second part up for dark, look, with a bunch of chip. Now, the reason why this is crazy, I'm going to try and see if I can get her to block this one. So it's a bit more chip in heat. So it's not that much, like, you know, like some other characters, but it's still good. And then you have 4-4-3, which is her homing move, which is cool. It's all right. In combos, you would use for like a strong aerial tailspin, which I think is cool. Not much to write home about. Running 2-1. You don't need to go into stance, it's +1. To go into stance, MOR Stance, you press forward, and then that's how you get your... And then, see with this, yeah, because she's +4, yeah, you can hit confirm with this. Like that. You see what I'm saying? That is crazy. So yeah, using this to start your offense would be key, in my opinion. And then you have QCF1, which I think is a good move. It's, these power moves she has, they all seem like pretty safe. So look, this is knockdown. I would only use this at the end of like heat dash combos. The ones that make you like slide in, and not the ones that make you slide into combos, but the ones that kind of like allow you to get one big hit. Use QCF1. This will be the move to use. And then you also have while standing 3+4, which is +7. I think it's a good move because +7. Not only that, if you block, +4. Like this move, you can just literally just create your offense like this, +4. right? And then you have full crouch down forward 4, which this move, it needs to be clean hit, by the way. Otherwise, that will happen, and you'll be +4, but you'll be a distance away. And then, you know, you've got moves like this, where you can pick them up off the floor, which is down 1+2. Side step 2 is a very good move, +1 on block, right? On counter hit, you get a combo. Then you have forward 4-2. So this move people have been talking about on the socials. I'll explain this move. This move reminds me of Soul Calibur, kind of, because I'm sure there's a move in Soul Calibur where you can control which way they go, but I don't know what move it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this move, if you do forward 4-2, she'll knock you away, right? But you can control whether she goes to the left side or the right side. So if I wanted to go to the left, I'll press down from where I'm standing. If I wanted her to go to the right, I'll press up. So it'll be forward 4-2 up to the right, forward 4-2 down for the left. And this is pretty key if, like, you know, you're next to the wall or something like that. Let's say, for example, she's here and you're like, okay, I want to get her to the wall. You press up. If I wanted to get away from the wall, I'd press the other way. So that's pretty key to know. And then you have back 1+2, which is it looks like a Kazuya down forward 2 or Aisha Oga's down forward, you know, the stomach punch. Now, the reason why this move is good is because this wall splats. It's -13 power crush, but it's pretty good. And then you also have down 2, which I think is it's a good mid. It's linear both sides, but you also get this. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty much all the stuff you need to learn. Obviously, you got this slow. It's a good move. 13 frames. So if you wanted to like do your 13 frame punish, or so a 13 frame punish would be 3-2. So you get this. So you can, if you wanted to do that, yeah. But anyways, I think that is it in terms of moves. I think I spoke about pretty much everything. Obviously, her running free, she goes into her stance as well. I think her running free is pretty slow, and it's easily sidesteppable. So I would say if you're doing running moves, condition people to get hit by this, and then do running free. But I wouldn't start off with running free straight away. A running 2-1, look, boom, and then you could do like if you don't hold forward, you get that as a combo. And if they don't hold back. All right, let's talk about punishment. So for 10 frame, you want to do 1-1-2, which does that, or you could do 1-1-2 hold forward, which goes into a MOR stance. For 12 frame, you got 2-2, and this wall splats as well, so it's pretty cool. You also have back 1-4, so 2-2 does 30 damage, back 1-4 as well does damage, does 1 more damage, and then you have 4-4 if you wanted to keep pressure, and this does 32 damage. So it's entirely up to you. I would say I would go for 3-3. Yeah, I wouldn't go. I don't know. I wouldn't go for 2-2. In this game, 50-50s are strong in it, so you'd want to keep the 50-50 pressure. So yeah, 4-4. And then you also have her 13 frame, which is 3-2, which is the heat engager. So it's entirely up to you. And then you have down forward 1-4, what goes into BAO Stance. And then you have down forward 1-1, which goes into a MOR Stance. So it depends on which one you would want. Down forward 1-4 does pretty good damage, but I'd say ultimately 3-2 does a pretty good. I think it does the most damage, in my opinion. But it depends if you want the mix-up. And then you have, for the 14 frame, you have forward 1+2, 1+3, 3+4. And 30 damage, I don't know if you would want to use that or the 13 frame. Her 13 frame seemed pretty strong in my opinion. And then for 15 frame, you have a heat engager, which is 1+2. You have down forward 2. And then you also have up forward 4-4. Personally, I would go for down forward 2 if I've not already used heat. But if I want to go into heat, I'll use 1+2, to be honest. It's entirely up to you. I think up forward 4-4, instant tornado. I think it would depend on the situation. If it was like the game winning combo, then yeah. Okay, while standing, we have while standing 4, which is 11 frame, which is +7 on the hit. You also have while standing 1-4, which leads into heat engager. Now, if we put it on block, -13, so be careful, right? And then last but not least, we don't want to exit, I still ain't finished yet. We have while standing 2, kind of reminds me of Lucky Chloe's like launcher. But then we also have while standing 1+2, which looks like it's pretty much the same move, right? So yeah, it's entirely up to you. So while standing 2 or this one. So that is it. I'm now going to talk about the heat moves and a few other bits and bobs. All right, so we spoke about our moves. I've shown you that. I'd say the 2 heat engagers I would use is definitely 3-2, 1+2. Those moves there are really good. Or more 1-2. Those moves are really, really strong in my opinion. But let's move on from that. So when you're in heat, what happens? So she gets a new move, which is up 3, which is pretty crazy. +27, so it knocks you down. And then you have up 3, 2. So you've got to press 2 on hit. So you can do your combo. So this is pretty menacing. And even on block, let's see how much this is on block, man. Oh, sorry, not that one. -9 pushback. Crazy. Yeah, so this move is pretty strong. Then you have up 3, 2. Now, the reason why this move is pretty scary is because if I see that this move hits, I can then just press 2. Right? I'm inputting 2 very slow. Now, I want to get it to block. See? +4. So you can abuse this move. Even though it takes a lot of heat, it's a pretty strong move. So that's another heat move. And then she also has MOR Stance, 4-3, 1+2. So as you can see there, we're gonna try and, so she's stand blocking, right? So if I do this, first hit, the rest is guaranteed. So this becomes very scary, right? Very scary. You don't need no counter hit, nothing like that. First hit hits, the rest is guaranteed. So keep that in mind. I would say in terms of tornado attacks, you've got down 1+2, which is the singular attack. Obviously be careful, if they block this, big problems, right? I also would say you got down forward 1+2, which is 3 hits as well. And then you have other stuff. But yeah, those are the 2 that, if you need combos, start like to tornado, down for 1+2, and just down 1+2 if you're scared. In terms of combo starters, down forward 2, up forward 4-4, down 1+2, but I said be careful. Sidestep 2 on counter hit. Yep, so there's that. You have MOR 2, and then you have MOR 1+2 as a heat dash, like I was saying before. So if MOR 1-2, sorry, not MOR 1+2, my bad. MOR 1. Yeah, so you can do whatever you want. And then down 1+2. Yeah, like I said with this one, please be careful with this move. This move is so crazy. Now, I'm going to talk about the combo fillers very quickly. So combo fillers, 4 forward 3. So if you get a combo, let's stop her from blocking. If I can see, it does a strong aerial tail spin, yeah? Then you have back 3, 4, 2 in the combo, right? Then you have down forward 4 to float them. So down forward 4 kind of floats them up. And obviously with down forward 4, you can then like, yeah, press down forward 4. Down forward 4, wait, how am I doing? Yeah, forward, sorry. So you do down forward 4, over forward to go into MOR Stance. And you could probably do something like this. So you could do a combo like that and then continue. So I wouldn't really use that move, but you can. And then you also have up forward 1, which is minus 15 on block if you do it raw. But yeah, this is when you finish off your combo. And it keeps them close, right? You also have QCF1 as well to finish your combo after heat dashes as well. So yeah, that's that type of stuff that you need to learn. And then quickly going over the wall stuff. Let's swap positions. So if I did this, you can do down forward 1, 1. So if I did this and I wall splatter, let's say, into the wall combo will be 3, 2, no, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, her notation is a bit crazy. Do it one more time. See, I'm doing the wrong one again. All right, do it one more time. Why is she going in stance? Oh, it's because I'm holding forward, all right. So that will be it. But you would have to delay it, so. Oh, it's because I'm pressing forward again. Yeah, so you'd have to delay a tad bit to get that flip over. And then that's where the mind games continue. I would also say, if we're looking at it, so I'm looking right now for the rest of it, you could also do that's if the tail spin is not a big one. Like say for example, if you do down for 1, 1, 1 plus 2, that's not gonna work. But if you do like a singular one, which is this, it won't add to the scale and it won't drop them down so quick. At the wall, you would want to use maybe running 2, 1 or back 1, 4. So back 1, 4 into whatever else. Forward 4, 2 was also another move you would want to use because you ain't really creating any risk here. Like look, if you put stand block, okay, let me get them to block both. Stand and block. -9, right? Back 1, 4, -13, fair enough. But then this is also +1. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I don't think it's much risk at all. And then let's get the opponent to turn around. There's some stuff that you might want to know. Okay, so like if you got her at the back, do down forward 1, 1. This thing of holding forward is so annoying. So like, yeah, so she's in the back. Always do that as the combo in the back. Also as well, you have down forward 1, 1, more 1, 2. So yeah, so this will always hit in the back. If you get them around the back or you sidewalk around the back, this is more for the pro players. Do this or down forward 1, 1. You could do that as well, but I would say down forward 1, 1 more, which is hold forward. And if you have heat, this is where it becomes big. So you could do like that. One more time. Into your combo. So that's pretty sick. And then yeah, I think overall, she's a fun character. I think she's quite linear, very, very linear. So you're gonna have to use 4, 4, 3 quite a bit. I think her lows ain't that good. I didn't speak about her the low that you're gonna use, which is down back 4, or you know, this low is not good because, yeah, you can get a counter hit there, but the risk reward is not good. If they get this crouch block, it's minus 26, right? So it's not really that good. So you're gonna want to use down 3, but this is minus 14. So yeah, she has some stuff, but I don't know. Obviously she has a 1+2 throw as well, up forward 1+2. Let's do that. And this breaks the wall. So if it's a breakable wall, it will break. If you're on Lee stage or the Asian Ogre stage, then you would have to hit the wall once and hit it again. But if the wall's breakable, this will break the wall. But if you're by the wall on a stage like this, it will just add 1 damage. Like that. Kind of gives like a weird after hit. But yeah, I think that's it in terms of the character. I think she's cool. You know, she got a funny key charge. And she has a funny taunt, which is 1+3+4. You know? Which you can't even move. Look, I'm trying to move. Yeah, you just have to let it play out. So yeah, she's a pretty quirky character, pretty fun. Stances are cool, throws are cool. Her moves, she's pretty safe though, I'm not gonna lie to you. She seems like she might be a character that people want to use. Sidestep 2 is gonna be ridiculous. So yeah, hopefully you lot enjoyed this guide. I tried my hardest to kind of like do this while I'm out in Thailand. I can't play no ranked because the internet here is really bad. When I do get back, I will be playing ranked. I will be playing her for like maybe like, I don't know, a solid week. I think she's pretty interesting character. So I do want to see like what I can do with this character. But yeah, that's it. This is the Miary Zo guide. Let me know what you lot think in the comment section down below. I didn't do combos because I feel like this is not really the thing to start up someone to help them learn combos. But yeah, if you look like this, subscribe.